Welcome to the Wild Magic School Bus. This Dungeons & Dragons podcast may contain fantasy violence, language, and most likely a mimic or two. Content warnings can be found in the episode description. Alright, with all that out of the way, let's buckle up and open a back window, because it's time to start the adventure. Pardon me as I quickly edit the notes on your character sheets. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wild Magic School Bus, the most unprofessional D&D podcast you will ever hear. My name is Calvin Piper. I'm your DM, and I'm in pain because I went to the dentist today. That's a fun fact about me. How about the rest of you guys?
Hey, this is Drew. I will be playing one of the characters in this podcast, a character named Zeph. He is a metallic draconian warlock.
I'm so proud of you.
Well, I have 2 weeks off, and I am just feeling renewed. Today, yes. I drove from Nashville, Tennessee to be here, so I'm really happy about that.
Cool.
I mean, not leaving Nashville or driving for... But I'm happy to be here. And
we are glad that you are here.
I'm Will. I play Glyph Kazidi, the male lizard folk artificer.
No, you shut up, Will.
Okay, I will shut up. Right after I say, if you also are in Nashville, you should check out Altitude Trampoline Park.
Not a sponsor.
They are not.
It's not. It's family. It doesn't count.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
My name is Michelle, and I play Kenneth Quinn, the Human Ranger.
I'm Liz.
I'm not talking over you today. I just wanted you to... I'm sorry, you go.
If I could leap over the table and punch you in the throat.
Roll for it.
Nar.
It'll just end badly.
No, don't do it. It's a trap, and you know it is.
It is a trap.
Liz, I love you.
I love you too, Drew.
Thank you.
I'm Liz. I play Ohiana, the Tiefling Bard.
I'm Matt. Back this week. I play DBD, the Human Monk.
Look who's Matt.
And we are Sans one character. Unfortunately, Preston got his wires crossed this week, but don't worry, he'll be back for the next one.
What do you mean, guys? I'm right here. It's me, Preston.
We're gonna just... All right.
Young and spunky.
Spung and Yunky.
On that note, let's just go ahead and roll into episode 13 of the Godscar Chronicles. All right, so last time we were here, for those who were actually here, for those who need to be caught up, our band of adventurers had arrived in Mecca City. After bunking down at a local tavern here, they decided to begin their investigation deeper into the city to look for none other than Henry Fenlow, the traitor sort, as it were, who escaped their clutches in the Copper Cove, and rumor has it, is here in the city. The party began to ask around, began to do a little bit of shopping, and we find ourselves now with the party standing in front of a massive building, this large gray and black colored ziggurat, for lack of a better term. The structure is imposing, it is intimidating, and it is the Union Square, the home and headquarters of those known as the Union. And that is where we find ourselves today. So, people, you guys had been told that if you were looking for somebody who is of the Union, to go ask the Union. And you were directed to none other than the headquarters of the Union here in Mecca City, known as Union Square. So, this large, kind of squared, geometric pyramid, as it were, stands before you. You are standing in a courtyard-esque area out in front. There seems to be a little bit of traffic kind of moving in and throughout here. You can see, first and foremost, there are a lot of Union representatives kind of walking in and throughout here, sometimes in pairs, sometimes having conversations, some of them carrying tomes, chests, scrolls. This is a very busy intersection where most of them are either making their way in or out of the building. Your group is not given a second thought as you're kind of in like a courthouse-esque area before reaching the building itself. But this is where you are. What would you like to do?
Do I spy any short, stout, bald men?
Make a perception check.
It's Henry Fenlow.
18.
18. You see several human beings. Some of them short, some of them stout, a few balding, but none of them give you a immediate
Fenlowian.
not to the description you were given.
Okay.
Which is difficult because you don't know who you're looking for, but with an 18, you're pretty confident that nobody here is that person that you are trying to find.
Okay, cool.
Is there like a registrar's desk or anything?
That would be inside the building if you wish to go in.
I would love to.
I didn't want to put you guys in the building unless you were gonna go
Go ahead and
first.
open the door for it.
Yes. So, stepping into the two large metal doors that lead into the main lobby of this building, you can see, much like the outside of this building, the inside is built in a same kind of like a zigzag pattern where steps go up leading to upper levels that lead up to upper levels and kind of like a stair-like pattern in front of you stretching up. You can see in the lobby, as you stand here, lining kind of the maybe 20-foot corridor before it opens up into a larger area, you can see alcoves that are set into the walls with like these kind of tapestries hanging across them, and set into each of these alcoves, about 15 of these alcoves, you can see there are busts of different individuals, all wearing the same kind of sharp, squared, uniformed clothing that you've seen most of the Union reps wearing. All of them older and humanoid and very like stern looking, but as you walk past each and every one, you can see small kind of brass placards giving names of various individuals, all kind of stating leaders or heads of the Union at some time in the past. But stepping past this corridor, you now find yourselves in a kind of a long, low room that leads again to the stairs that go up and straight up. And you can kind of see as the stairs go up in this pattern, you can see the different levels the higher up it goes. But it is mostly like staircases getting all the way up there. But reaching this main area, you can see there looks to be about 4 or 5 offices off to either the left and the right, kind of set into doors. And you can see there is a long desk in front of you with about 3 individuals having interactions with either Union reps, again, carrying various tools or supplies, or it looks to be city goers or pedestrians. But you wait a few minutes as their interactions are completed, and you are directed to the front desk, where you can see standing there is a younger gentleman, looks to be maybe in his 20s. His kind of tan blonde hair is off to one side and kind of cut rather straight, kind of shaved on one side, and all the hair is off to this side and cut very, very straight. Kind of covering one of his eyes, but not in like an emo way, and more.
I was about to say,
It's
does
more
it
like
look like he knows like My Chemical Romance songs?
Is it more like a Hitler ukulele?
It's too clean to be natural, is what is the problem with it, is that it looked like maybe that was his hairstyle at one point, but they have cleaned it up to the point where it now looks like you should probably just shave or something like that. But as he greets you all, he kind of nods and says, hello, welcome to Union Square. Is there anything I can do for you?
Yes, we were actually looking for one of your members. He had been recommended to us for some services we require. A Henry Fenlow.
The individual kind of looks down at their books and kind of shuffles around for a second. Henry Fenlow.
Yes.
What is the purpose of your appointment with Mr. Fenlow?
Well, we had heard from a friend that he had done some accounting services for them, and we would require some similar services, and since he came at a recommendation, wanted to inquire about him.
Make a deception check for me.
While you're looking at it, I'd have something else I'd like for you to look into if you could.
Certain.
Yeah, I was looking to get like a permit for like a what's the way to put it? Like a dark caravan. Yeah, a cavalcade of people through the streets, kind of at night. Maybe a black parade. I don't know.
Yeah, I knew you were getting there as soon as you
You
said
say
it.
a Dodge Caravan?
I knew you were, I knew that's where you were going.
You know, it'd probably be easier to get around if we dodged the caravan.
Yeah, I'd say.
What'd you roll?
It's 10.
10. I forgot I don't have my dice on me.
What?
Rookie mistake. Man.
They're like 3 feet away, but
Hold on, let's test your improv skills. Go ahead and roll a fake die real quick.
okay.
21.
Wow.
Seems like you're just rolling a digital die and not a fake one.
Thank you, Drew.
Digital die are real.
He finishes looking at his notes and kind of looks at you. Go ahead. Anybody who is good at it, I will use that question. I will use that terminology. Make a insight check.
Oh,
if you
insight?
are
Get an insight? +4.
What's considered good?
proficient.
Oh, not proficient, but
I don't want to dare rolling again already.
Try the try.
Proficient in insight?
That's an 18.
18. You can see at this point, as this young lad is beginning to kind of shuffle some stuff around, and he tells you guys one moment and kind of walks away. You can see as he kind of turns the corner and heads towards one of the offices, the other 2 desk personnel and about 2 or 3 other individuals that are in this open lobby area have all stopped and are all looking at your party with...
did he press like a button under the desk?
You get the sense with a, you say 18? Mm-hmm. Yeah, with an 18, you get the sense that in a city not very full of diversity, you've got
We stick
2
out
Dragonborns and a Tiefling.
Yeah.
You kind of stand out. And a creepy
thing.
creepy stalk
Yeah.
man standing back there.
Hi guys, I'm Lucius.
You want to meet my dad? Spins around.
Creepier.
That's a good idea.
Calvin, seeing that the attention of the clerks is now on us, like, Zeph is going to just grab the attention of the nearest one, like,
Sure.
oh, you're well,
Yeah.
Hello, young man.
The one you're speaking to looks like a younger individual, is kind of dark olive skin and kind of short black hair, who was over there with the other one. He kind of sees you making eye contact. Hello.
Yes, we were wondering if there was a hall of records here where we could inquire about
Records.
records, yes.
To what were you...
Specifically, we were interested in any records that might involve the Union's involvement with the Draconian Ordinance. Draconic Ordinance.
Draconian Ordinance. He kind of thinks for a second. Apologies, sir. I'm not sure if we have a record of that, and if we do, it wouldn't be available to the public. Public records would be more accessible at the university.
We're not really looking for publicly available records.
Kind of like clarifying question. What if you were in it and like maybe it's got your name all throughout it? Would you maybe then have access to it? I feel like, I mean, if it's a book about us, we should probably have access to that.
Like the without an insight check, you can see this individual's getting increasingly more like, I don't know what to do, as he's like, but as he's trying to like stumble through his like protocol sayings of like, I'm sorry, but normally you can hear kind of footsteps approaching behind him, and he kind of stops and turns, and all of you, again, your attention's turned, and you can see the young boy with the strange haircut is now being tailed by a much taller gentleman. His dark, kind of sharper features, angular in his face, kind of like a dark, almost like a brownish tint to their skin, but very high-angled features as their sweeping robe kind of billows behind them as they step out of the office, and you can see this individual takes command of everyone around here, and the rest kind of, even people that were staring at you guys from the sides, immediately begin to like, oh, and like turn away as this individual walks up and, is there a problem?
No problem at all.
Forgive me, your requests have thrown my assistants for a loop. Allow me to answer any of your questions. My name is Representative Italy.
ITALY.
ETALY.
Ah, damn, that's so close.
Well, ladies first.
Please, if you're asking of Mr. Fenlow, my office is the place to speak of this way, as they kind of sweep their robe behind them and begin to make their way towards one of the side offices. The rest of you follow behind, and you can see, stepping into the small office, it is very cut and dry in here. There is no decoration of any kind. There is a simple desk, kind of looks like a polished metal desk of some kind, with what looks to be writing utensils and other things kind of scattered about it. You can see the other offices that are adjacent to it do have like windows that are throughout them, so you can see other offices with other individuals working at desks. Again, very Control-C, Control-V, like identical type offices. But anyhow, Representative Italy? That's not...
Italy.
I feel, here's the thing. If you want to learn how to say it right, take your right hand like this.
Mamma mia.
And do the...
Representative Italy.
Damn it, I did not realize that I literally called a guy Italy.
Yeah, dude, he's Italian.
Sorry. I just debunked my own
way to
word.
be inclusive, dude. I like it.
Debunked my own word.
Brutalist architecture.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Brutalist
Anyhow,
architecture,
Guys, we
brutalist
need a
architecture.
nap.
as
Brutalist
this individual sweeps around and settles back at their desks, they kind of pull up and look at all of you. To what business do you have with Representative Fenlow?
Well, as you may be aware, the circus is coming to town here shortly.
I was not.
Well, it is. It is impending quickly. The last bookkeeper we had left our books in quite a bit of a mess, and we had heard from one of our acquaintances that Henry Fenlow was quite adept at rectifying things and being able to solve out problems that had once been there. So we came to inquire about him specifically, as he had been recommended.
What she said.
There must be some misunderstanding. Representative Fenlow works exclusively for House Tolliver. Most of the representatives that we assign are directly connected to houses and suit their needs however necessary. They're not individuals for hire, as it were.
We thought he may have been here as like a home base or something.
Oh, it is true, most of the representatives do touch base here at our headquarters. The union is not in the business of being hired out to just anyone. We are a more specifically engineered type of company, using our resources and our streamlining to coordinate logistics for the nobles and the like. I apologize if there's any...
He's not here, though, just out of clarity's sake.
Mr. Fenlow was here at one point, however, due to mental stresses, he's been granted an extended leave of absence from his duties as a representative. If you have any questions about the house he represented or any of his duties beyond that, you'll have to direct them to the new representative for House Tolliver.
Well, I apologize for our misunderstanding. As we had heard that he was no longer under the employment of House Tolliver, we had wanted to inquire.
And where would you hear something like that?
It was a rumor that we heard.
And you kind of just confirmed it. If he's not doing his official duties, maybe he's available to help the circus.
Yeah, you got it.
With its paperwork.
Rumor has it.
She ain't got your loving.
Again, I apologize for any misconceptions, but that is not how the union operates.
Well,
My apologies.
Well, thank you very much for that.
Of course.
I mean, I think we'd still be... I mean, we don't necessarily have to hire him out through the union, maybe. But you're saying he's not stationed here currently. Roughly how long ago was he stationed here? Did he touch base? I'm just curious, because we traveled a little bit of ways.
I don't see how that information's pertinent to your request for an accountant.
Insight check.
It is.
Make an insight check.
Yeah.
This guy
I was
seems
about to
like
say,
he's
that's
full
what
of
I was leading up to. I wanted to have enough.
18.
18.
Can you do one?
Can I also do one since I'm like asking leading questions to try to insight?
I kind of want to ask him about the Draconian Ordinance while we're at it. He's talking about
Also
protocols
18. Actually, 19. My
I
bad.
think he's the wrong guy.
Slightly better. Let's go.
Should I go all Tiny Tim on him? Please, sir.
Just more information.
I get the feeling
Please,
that
sir,
this
may
guy
we have some
doesn't
scoops?
care about anyone's well-being.
No, he just cares about rules.
Yeah.
What are those characters in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy that literally just care about...
Dolphins.
No.
Bargains? Nailed it. Okay, Calvin's walking away anyway.
Bargains?
Yes,
we're gonna get
the
Mr.
ones that they
now.
just care about, like the due process
Protocol,
and
yeah.
it's the protocols.
Oh, the big one.
Yeah.
With the
Magrathea!
worst, the worst poetry that the universe has ever heard.
Sorry, guys.
Calvin's got his dice out, listener.
There it is. Nailed it. Right.
I want to make sure I have my dice so I can roll them at some point.
Yeah, because
Okay.
we're going to have a combat reading it. It feels like, not to be intrusive or anything, Hannah, you're kind of steering the ship pretty well, but I don't know, it feels a little bit like you might not be telling us everything, or like, I don't know why you would try and hide an accountant if we're just looking for someone to do the books of the circus.
At this point, you can see Italy begins to kind of look at all of you and kind of leans back in their chair. I have the feeling, if we're talking about honesty, that you're not looking for Representative Fenlow for accounting reasons.
I mean, I'm definitely not. I can't give a rip about accounting.
So,
Well, if we're being completely honest, I think you're full of shit.
Did you read my text message?
No, I got one too. I rolled 19.
Oh, yeah, okay.
believe me when I say the Union protects their own from any misconceptions or misinformation that might be passed around. So when individuals who have no business asking about one of our representatives comes in with some wild harebrained scheme to try to acquire his information or location, we're going to do our best to deter them.
Alright, well, let's just shoot straight. No pun intended. We would like to talk with him because we've been hired to do a job. That sounded worse than it is. We haven't been hired to kill him. But we've been hired to suss out information in regards to something that happened back home. So we would just like to have a conversation with him about what happened, clear his name. If he's innocent, you don't have
You're
anything to
referring
worry
to
about.
the ship explosion at the
Yeah, it
Copper
seems like if
Cove.
you try to do damage control for your own business, it might be in your best interest to do that. So maybe we could clear his name.
Literally clear his name and go back to work. Seems like a good rep.
In answer to your question of the incident at Copper Cove about 2 fortnights ago,
Yeah, given the official statement.
Mr. Fenlow was not involved in any way, shape, or form. We have conducted our own investigation into those matters. He is cleared.
Oh, can we get the paperwork for that to take back to our bosses?
And could we possibly hear that from him?
Unfortunately, Mr. Fenlow has suffered mental stress and has been granted a leave of absence,
Has
as
he been
I've
tied
stated
up?
before.
Has he lost his head?
No. He's been granted an extended leave of absence. I can send the paperwork forward to House Tolliver if that would suffice your interest.
It would be a good start.
What the hell?
It would certainly be a good start.
Yeah, and I look at Pothole and I'm like, he's saying the same thing, and they say you're the robot.
I thought
They don't go talking about his mom. Come on.
that's still underground.
I think Pothole still is. We
Pothole's
said
still
Pothole to
underground.
go investigate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was...
Turn around to
There's a little...
say this to Pothole, and he is not.
Yeah, a little bit of a detail.
Don't worry, guys. Hang
But-
out with your aunts and uncles. They won't make you do shady stuff.
But to make you feel better, I will go.
Saying it isn't.
They're just looking down at me. I'm like, I'll tell him he said that, I guess.
Nevertheless, any investigation into Mr. Finlow's activities is not required nor necessary. The Union takes care of its own.
Yeah, maybe not by like union standards is it required or necessary, but the fact of the matter is a ship did explode and he was suspected for it. Now,
I believe the reports say
we
that
just
it
want
was...
we just want truth. That's it. That's all we want from him. Whether he did it or not, that ain't up to me, and I don't give a rip whether he's guilty or he's innocent, but I'd like to know the actual story, and that's what we are hired to do.
The actual story is that bandits tried to raid a ship at the docks of the Copper Cove.
True.
They failed.
True.
Yeah.
We did it.
They were arrested.
True.
But it was also suspected that it was a further inside job, and that
Suspected but never proven. Again, the Union did
exactly. If it was suspected but never proven, we don't have proof either way. So what I'm saying is, you got paperwork on it, right? Show me the paperwork.
The Union has done its own investigation into the incident at the Copper Cove.
Yeah, and I think that would help a lot with our investigation.
You were hired by House Tolliver
House Tolliver. Yep.
as a group of mercenaries.
I don't know about mercenaries.
The Union has no need to provide you with any documentation. Now, if a representative of the House requested such information, or even a noble
you
of
mean
the
this?
House themselves...
And pull out the Tolliver badge. Bitch! Now slide that across the desk and say, I think that is what you're looking for.
No, don't take your hand off it. They grab it.
I hold
They take
it.
it. They
I hold
won't
it.
give it back.
And I'll make sure to put my claw on it so it can't just whip it.
It seems as though... If you would permit me a moment. And they stand up and begin to walk out their office and begin to go up the stairs.
Can I do a
Checkmate!
Make an insight check.
Are they running away?
While you're going, could you get us any information about...
Already gone. Already gone.
Maybe a glass of water. I'm
I
parched.
hate things.
Use that.
Well, this one rolled nice last time. That one screwed me over the first time.
Campaign 4, Liz, you should just
What'd
be a
you roll,
barbarian
Liz?
so that way if you roll bad,
An
it's
8.
okay.
Maybe that's all we need.
An 8?
Yeah.
He's hard to read.
Yeah.
You're just staring at his butt.
I mean, even with an 8, it is easy enough to tell he's definitely perturbed by your insistence.
For sure.
But he's
It was more trying to see whether they were going to, I don't know, call authorities on us or something rather of that
you don't
nature.
know where they're going, so
Exactly.
you never know. But yeah,
Yeah.
so
Hello, Mr. Italy. We're with Kansas City's problem solvers. We're wondering why you haven't.
yeah, that's kind of the vibe. But anyhow,
So as soon as he turns and walks away, I'm gonna grab the attention of the guy I was originally talking to.
you're in an office right now. You're in
What?
his. You're
Oh,
in
right,
Mr. You're in Mr.
Cool.
Italy's
When we
office.
leave, I'll do that then.
So he goes out the door and up steps, and you can see again. You can see
Look,
there's
his
about
office.
there's about 2 or 3 individuals in offices adjacent to you guys. You can see like the windows and stuff
Is
like
there
that. But you are
any
in.
paperwork or anything on the desk that I could get anything like? I'm not gonna like rustle through it, but like
Okay.
just from where I'm standing, from
Make a perception check.
Let's go. Let's not go. No, it's okay. It's 15.
15.
Yeah.
You can see. With a 15, you can see that there is paperwork that has been hastily set underneath a tome off to the side of the. Like it looks like someone just like took stuff and like shoved it with as clean cut as the rest of this room is.
That
Some
looks out of
stray
place.
papers stuffed underneath the tome are definitely.
Hey, would one of you want to go and watch the door while I look at?
Yeah, actually, I need to stretch my legs out a little bit.
All right, all
So
right.
let's go to this door
Warn
perception
me
check
if,
at the door.
anybody's coming.
Door patrol.
Okay, I'm gonna try to like peek through it, like peer through.
Back
it.
here. Hit it
Investigation
again?
check.
Hey, I'm not
Could
good
I
at
assist?
investigation.
Yeah, make an assist. Yeah. Either do it yourself. Either 2 people or with
Roll the
advantage.
dirty
I would
20.
love to give you advantage on that.
I'll watch
You
the door.
you do it
Or
too.
you
You
do
do
it
it too
too?
because
Okay.
I don't know what your plus is, and I only rolled a 12.
What's your perception?
20.
20.
Dirty.
And I believe in you.
Is it investigation?
Yeah.
Investigation. Yes.
Son of a bitch.
Hey, that just
I-
means we're
that
one roll
doesn't-
closer to Liz rolling good.
12.
12.
Trade
Yeah.
doesn't help.
I do have inspiration. Should I use it?
Yes.
Should I use it?
Yes.
If you have inspiration, you
Let's go. Let's use it.
can always earn it back.
It's worse.
Where's the other one?
With a 12. You begin to look through the desk and kind of look through papers. None of it really makes sense. It's just kind of notes and different kind of looks like requisites for different things and different like orders and kind of lists of
Okay,
people's
so
names.
I would just be like
Nothing-
bare bones scanning at anything.
I'm looking back and forth between like the door and her and seeing like the sweat on her forehead.
Yeah, with a 20, you can tell that there's nobody currently. It's only been about a minute and a half since he left, but you can definitely see that she is like frantically looking and is getting increasingly
Okay.
frustrated by
Right,
it.
I point at Ziff. I'm like, mate, you got this, and I run over and I do an investigation check.
Okay.
18.
18. You can, as she's shuffling through the papers that were stuffed underneath the tome, you kind of pick up the tome and kind of set it down and can see on the back of the tome there was a page that got stuck. And you roll it over and you can see on it, it has a lot of information on it. It seems to be reports of the explosion at the Copper Cove.
Who has good memory?
As you're kind of skimming past all of these notes, you can see that the Union has a record of the last time they saw Henry Fenlow.
Okay.
All right, what's it say?
The report says that Fenlow made port in Mecca City about 4 days ago. According to the report, he reported to the headquarters a day later, but then when asked to return to headquarters the following day to speak to a man by the name of... Give me just a second.
So he reported to them a day ago?
Well, a day after he arrived.
A day after.
So a day after... So about
3 days ago.
Yeah, so about 3 days ago.
And it was the following day he was supposed to return?
The following day he was supposed to report to somebody named Rehan. Rehan. And has not been seen since in the last 48 hours. The other thing you see, and I apologize, I was supposed to have this all written out on a piece of paper that you could read it.
Did he report to Rohan?
He did not.
Oh.
It's the dentist's fault, dude.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The other thing you see is a note just below this report, the last entry of the report, a note on a list of associates.
Okay.
There are about a dozen names, but the one that is the most recently written, and it looks like the freshest ink because it kind of still has a little bit of a gloss from it, which is why it's stuck to the back of the tome, is a man by the name of Malcolm Sandvik.
Sandvik?
Mm-hmm. Shut up. I wrote this at work. Shut up.
I know you did.
Any others?
There's about a half a dozen names. I can read them all to you, but like I said, the freshest looking one is...
Okay.
Yeah, so there's Malcolm Sandvik is the last name. And
We got 2 names. Cool.
it also has an address for his home location with a note next to it that says observation.
Nailed it. Right,
What is that address? Or do we need to break it down?
It just
or
gives
do
you a
we
location in
okay.
the city.
I got it figured out. I wrote it down. I put it back over.
Okay.
All right.
I'll work on straightening it to where it looked how it did.
Make a performance check.
Oh, performance? No.
Dexterity.
Dex? Just straight dex?
Just straight dex.
Hey, Zeph, how's it going over at the
14.
doorway?
14? I think it looks pretty good.
It's fine. Hey, could you look for a building directory while you're over there?
No.
Do you know if such as a library?
All right, everybody.
exists?
Back to where you are.
After another agonizing about 45 seconds, you hear the Zeph. You can see descending the steps is Representative Itali and another individual who looks to be of similar status to him.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up to them like I was wondering where he had gone and just
Right.
and loudly say, "Oh, there you are! So glad you're coming back to us. So we were about to leave. We didn't know where you'd gone."
I specifically said 1 moment.
Yeah, but you didn't clarify as to where. You just said one
Very
moment.
vague.
If
Don't
you'll please
pay-
return to my offices,
Don't
and
mind
they
these.
kind of usher you back in. Returning inside, you can see they go and sit at their desk and just kind of watch. They don't seem to give any reaction to what happened.
Don't mind these two.
But
They get
as
thirsty. It's
stepping
their
into
kind.
the room behind them with you can
Oh my
see
God, is he
this.
racist? Does he respond to her racist overtone?
That's up to you. But stepping into the room after Representative Itali is another individual who has this very short, square beard, humanoid with kind of long, kind of brown hair tied up in the back, wearing the same kind of robes that Itali was wearing, with kind of a little more of a
Was wearing. Is it
is wearing
naked?
is
now?
wearing
Oh my God.
is wearing.
Going
dang it. Trying to describe things, and here we go. This individual kind of looks at you all and says, apologies for Itali's brashness. He has a lot of work cut out for him. He's quite a busy man. My name is Representative Erdos. I understand you're looking for information about Fenlow and would like a copy of the investigation that was conducted by our superiors on his whereabouts during the Copper Cove explosion. I have that right here, and he presents a scroll to you guys. I hope that is enough for your
I'll take a look at it right then.
employer. to settle any issues and to absolve Mr. Fenlow from any more inquiries.
Was that? Ooh, that slip.
Not a Freudian slip. That was just me forgetting how to use a word.
I love it. Okay, so I'll crack it open right then and there.
Okay, you open up the seal. It is a very official, I could read the whole thing to you, but it is a very official report that goes in detail of the times, locations, and dates of the incident, the people who claimed responsibility or were arrested for such, what their punishment was, and a short interview with Fenlow, basically asking about where he was and what he was doing, and then the subsequent witness information and all of the, basically just a big old police report kind of detailing that a boat exploded, it was the bandits' fault, they got arrested, Fenlow was not around, and these people backing up. And it's signed by any individual.
That's a pretty shitty report because we let one kid go. Well, anyway, that's a thought in my head. I think that'll probably do it. That might satisfy our employer.
Yeah, I mean, we'll take it on a 13-day trip back home. I feel like this is all we came for, actually.
Hey, what restaurants do you recommend while we're here? I always love asking the locals.
There are several in the city.
Just tell me your top one. Don't give me all the rest. So what's the one that you know is the one?
That would be the Silver Ship.
All right.
Boo.
But you're welcome to any of the local inhabitants and whatever they have to offer. Hopefully your return trip is smooth sailing, as it were. If there's nothing else, we can...
Oh, I think you've forgotten. We were seeking information about the unions, any involvement the union had with the Draconic Ordinance.
A Draconian Ordinance, yeah. I mean, he's been around a lot of explosions, so sometimes it gets a little fudgy.
You're looking for union involvement in the Ordinance. I'm not sure how we can provide you with that. The Ordinance was... Ordinance was dismantled many years ago. There is no more Draconic Ordinance, as far as I know.
Would perhaps a library or something of that nature, or perhaps a university record hall have more information?
Well, the university would definitely have more records on anything of the sort, but the Union, don't know why you would couple the Union with the Draconian Ordinance. From what I understand, that was a militant operation, and the Union is not involved, militarily speaking.
Yeah, right. I mean, that totally makes sense.
Right.
Sorry, couldn't provide more
help. That's fine. Would you happen to have, like, a restricted section somewhere that we could peruse?
Well, if the Union had a restricted section, which it does not, most of its information goes
Inside
to
check.
and from... Go ahead.
I'm baiting this dude. Only 8, dang it.
Me too.
Hard to tell.
Hey!
What is that, -2?
Yeah, 2 halves of a whole idiot.
Incredible.
14?
What about me?
You don't count as a half, you're so tiny.
Probably definitely a restricted section somewhere in here.
Yeah. Do you have a directory that might have the restricted section listed on it? We could find it ourselves.
Well, like a room that doesn't have anything written on it that we know what it would be for.
Right, well, as I said before, the Union doesn't deal in archivating things. We're mostly dealing in logistical work for the houses. If you want to read up on the logistics of those things, I'm sure we could provide copies. But
one of the best ways to make, things go easy is to make problems go away, which is what...
Yep, easiest way to tie someone up is with red tape. That's all we needed, thank you.
Right, but if you're looking for historical documentation, the university would be the best location for that. But if nothing else, I'm sorry, we have to return to our work.
Right on.
Timothy will show you out, and he kind of gestures behind him, and standing back there is the young blonde individual.
Is this kid played by Timothy Chalamet?
Could be. Yes. If we ever make a movie about this.
I'm so much deeper into this now.
You can see he just kind of nods to the...
Oh, you're into him. Okay.
Yes, Representative Davis. This way, please. And he kind of leads you all to the front and...
What? I wanted to talk to your darker friend over there.
You turn around and Italy was like picking up something from the desk and kind of turns and
No,
looks up at
that
you.
one. The clerk.
Oh, you're going to talk to the clerk. Okay, yeah, sure. You can go talk to the clerk. Because you leave the office, head past the front desk. Those two seem to stay in the office. Close the door behind them. But
Oh
you
my
are.
gosh, they closed the door behind him.
Because they have to change
Now you know why he doesn't have his robes
I
on.
want to listen so bad.
How do you say 7 minutes in heaven in Union?
Whoever's wearing the robes gets to talk to the guests. That's how
it works.
The nakedness is just a little distracting.
Yeah,
A little bit. It's hard
It's
to.
my naked time. Okay, I'll talk to the guests. Fine.
But you look for the younger gentleman with the short black hair.
Yeah.
Okay, you walk past. He's still over there.
So, friend, thank you for all of your help.
Of course.
I was wondering if someone in your position or someone else here at the Union needed to take a little vacay, where would they go? I'm assuming there's a Union hotel somewhere where they relax, a spa.
No, sir. There's not really. I mean, there's places people go, but on vacation, I don't know where anyone would go. I would assume maybe back home if they.
There's not
don't.
some Union sanctioned Shangri-La.
I don't know, sir. I don't really.
Listen, we got the report. That's all. I think that's all we're gonna get, buddy.
All right.
Apologies.
Man, I
you're
suck
forgiven.
at this.
Yeah, you're not super good, but that's all right.
Hey, but you're real good at the things you're real good at.
Thanks.
Almost as bad as me.
Making
TBD,
your way
you're
out
perfect
the
at everyone.
corridor into the open courtyard. You are out of the Union Square. You have your report. What do you want to do?
We need to go find potholes.
Burn
Alright,
it.
first things first. Tabidi, how do you feel about breaking into the Union, into the restricted section tonight?
Would
If you guys go, I'll do it.
Alright, cool.
Would it not be more beneficial to actually go to the university and see what kind of information they have? Not saying that we should not also follow the lead of the Union's involvement in the Draconic
It would
Order,
actually-
Draconian Ordinance, whichever one it is.
Look,
But
I'm not saying that they will have the information, but you're right. It would be good to know at least what's publicly available.
That's fair. We can table it for now either way, because I've got some information. And I just, pull out what I scrawled down really quickly and just slap that in my hands. I don't know where I'm going to slap that.
I would assume as you go to slap it down,
I don't know where I'm going to slap that.
it smash cuts to you slapping on a table, and you're at a bar somewhere, just like having the.
Oh, that's epic.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, I have this. Bam, and now you're at a table.
Check it
And
out,
we
guys.
all toss
Yep.
back a beer real quick.
Yep.
Except me.
No.
I mean,
He tosses back a wicked sarsaparilla.
Spicy.
Y'all know Shirley Temples.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like a Coke with grenadine.
this address, we should perhaps ask our bartender how
Well-
close it is, or perhaps try to go investigate that.
Maybe the general area. Here's the thing: if we go right to this address, he's being looked at.
Well,
The Union's watching him.
for
So if
sure.
we go and the Union's watching us, watching him,
Perhaps, should we send Pothole? They've not seen Pothole.
I mean, there's someone in our group that could change their appearance if we needed to send one person in there.
I'd say that
TBD,
one.
you didn't tell me you could do that. Son of a gun. He's so shifty. Just always surprising me.
That's
that
you,
one.
mate. That's
I
not
can Misty
me.
step now.
No, I mean, I'll go.
Yeah, I mean, Zeph could totally look like someone else.
Oh
and go.
shit, not dude. Okay, all right.
TBD.
I think that might be the play. Maybe.
Wait, so you want someone to go where?
What if you went? What if we all kind of went near it, but you went in by yourself, disguised as someone else?
What? Yeah, where is it?
Oh, it's right here on the map. This location. I'm not going to say the address because it wouldn't matter to
All
us
right.
anyway.
And what do I do there?
Well, this is the person that was supposed to be meeting with Fenlow, I believe.
List of associates.
The address is Fenlow's house,
Oh shit.
Ooh.
which is why it says observation.
Oh, I thought it was. You said Malcolm Sandvik. I thought
Malcolm
it was.
Sandvik is the name of an associate.
Oh, but it's
Okay,
Fenlow.
his
See, I
house
thought it
is
was
under-
Malcolm Sandvik's
That's what
address.
I
So
thought
the associates, apologies, the associates were on their own category.
Okay.
I forgot to add that his Fenlow's address was also in the
Oh, holy
reports.
crap! I wrote it in cursive
dang.
then. It's right here. It's Fenlow's freaking house.
Sure.
But you don't have any more information other than a name of Malcolm Samick. So.
Got it.
So we could go watch the house.
It's
We
already
could
being
see,
watched.
like, right, I know it's being watched, but not by us. That's not
fair.
how reconnaissance works.
That's it.
So we could watch to see if any servants or anything leave on a certain schedule. Then I could pretend to be a servant and go back in and maybe do a little snooping.
Could do that. You could even probably take Pothole with you, providing I can find him.
At
say I found
that point, your table goes and pops one side, and then one of the cups.
Well, hey mate, did you find the thing that I definitely asked you to find?
He starts bubbling out that yes he did. He basically provides you with a little bit more of a accurate description of what you guys got, thankfully, at the desk, which is that Fenlow did show up. He is in the wind, and the Union is looking for him. They have his house observed. They have his house tapped right now, basically.
Gosh, I mean, he looked like a jacuzzi tub with all those bubbles. He was talking fast. Right on.
Actually, kind of sinks a little because all the bubbles make the mass.
He's getting crushed at the bottom of his
So his water level kind of dips a
Mate,
little
stop
bit.
talking! I gotta like release the pressure.
Yeah.
Seeing you crack that thing open, pint.
Oh, he's lost some liquid.
That's how he gets around me sobering him up. I'm gonna drown myself. What's wrong with you? You definitely have a problem that needs to be addressed.
I myself don't partake, but Pothole, he can get it.
Yep.
Jeez.
Pothole knows how to potty, but he doesn't.
But yeah, that's what he provides you, because that was what he was sent to do.
Maybe we should also. I don't know. We could case the joint too if we wanted to. But we could go inside. I feel like it would probably behoove us more just to go inside.
Well, I mean, if he's not there, it does make it a little easier.
If only there was one of us that was pretty sneaky and very dexterous, and maybe we had just mentioned would be cool to see, like, break into something.
Lucius.
Like pop behind Zeph.
No.
Get back behind Zeph, not you, mate. Yeah, actually, we were talking about you, Tabidi. How do you feel about doing a little B&E?
What does that mean?
Breaking and entering.
I mean, again, if it'll help. Sure.
I mean, I think it will. At the very least, we don't find nothing. At the very most, we find exactly what we need to figure out where he's hiding at. I'm really good at words.
The best at words.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yes.
I am a little concerned about sending our ward into unknown peril.
Mate,
Okay, but if he's willing to go, then that's his own business.
But, I mean, he's just a hatchling.
here's the thing. I mean,
He's
we
fine.
won't be too far from him. I mean, we'll be in an adjacent building or something. And you know, like usually I'd be kind of adverse as well, but I feel like this is like a minimal risk situation.
Well, I don't know. If we wanted not to send a kid, which maybe not. I mean, if I took my armor off, I'm a little bit more stealthy than what I am right now. Still pretty stealthy.
Oh, great. Yeah, go and parade into this man's house naked. That's a good idea. No one's going to see you.
I said armor, you dingus. Not all of us wear our armor as skin.
Well, it sucks for you guys.
Yeah, pinkies.
It makes more sense.
Plus, if it helps, I remembered how to do this one thing, and I misty stepped to like the other side of the
Oh, well,
table.
shit.
You guys watch as basically he, like, in a puff of air, just gone. And then 30 feet away, you hear someone go, "What the f?" as he appears on a table that somebody was quietly drinking at.
Still learning how to control it.
I think that might work.
Oh.
Yeah, it will work, actually.
All right.
If TBD walks back over, I'm gonna put my arm around him and be like, "Hey, you gotta only do that when you mean it, because these people don't like when we just teleport across the places or use magic." So
Yeah, no offense, but they're normies. I say that too loud. But they can't really do anything, so they hate anyone that's different than them.
it's good that you can do it. That'll get you out of trouble for sure. But
Yeah, we never want you to be ashamed of that. It's natural.
I turn to the person I scare, like, "Sorry, sir," and I have no sense of the value of money, so I flip him like 2 gold.
They clap on the
Jesus,
table
you're
and say,
Lucius.
"You
My
better-"
God.
Thanks, kid. Like, scoop it up.
We all glare. The rest of us glare at Lucius for teaching him this.
You happy for the influence you're having on the kid?
Lucius like,
Yeah,
I'd
think great.
have given him more personally.
Only two?
course
I don't
you
think
would
I'm being a good influence.
How about this? I'll disguise myself. Go and distract whoever's at the house, like servants or whatnot, watchers. And while they're distracted,
Yeah.
Tabidi jumps in there. However you do that, that's impressive, by the way.
I would use that to get out.
Are you going to distract yourself as Jessica Rabbit to get the guards' attention?
Absolutely.
We could also create a small disturbance.
We could. I feel like there's a way, like
just a
with.
small one.
I mean, if he just is a distraction, that's less of a disturbance, and it puts the rest of us less in like harm's way.
But that's like is a
Like a small
potential.
disturbance, like a fire, like set the house.
It's like a backup plan. Should
sure.
the distraction not work to
I mean,
create
the
a disturbance?
It's gonna work.
All right, what kind of disturbance are you thinking of?
He changes
Set up like
into.
explosion somewhere.
Either we can start a fight or we can light something on fire. Both are
I
quite
vote
effective.
fire.
Here's the thing: both of those probably end up with us in jail, and I don't think if
Excuse me, only if we get caught.
that's fair. But if it's union reps that are tailing them, I don't think they're really going to care about a domestic disturbance. They're not really police. They're just union police. I don't think they're going to care.
It would if they got caught in the crosshairs, as it were.
Yeah, that's kind of my phrase, but it's fine. I don't think.
As it were.
I mean, we kind of got to find. So we'd have to find them, create a distraction around them. I don't know.
It does sound fun.
I mean, it doesn't not sound fun. It just seems like we're kind of making it too convoluted.
I'll go do my pretty girl routine, and then you guys be prepared if that doesn't work.
If the pretty girl routine does not work,
It's gonna
Some
work.
sort of
It's-
signal or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's worked every time, but there's, it could not work.
Like a trigger, safe word, trigger word, whatever that's called.
Safe word.
I got the message. Yeah, the safe word. Do the pretty girl with a safe word trick. That'll distract them.
Yep.
By the way,
Tried and true.
the pretty girl is actually he changes into a sexy nurse, but it's like just he makes it specific to the location, so like this will be like a union sexy nurse.
Her scrubs have the mascot of the.
Yeah, it's definitely that like real brutalistic kind of outfit you're talking about, but like really skimpy.
Yeah. That's,
It's basically like the legendary armor of any female class in any video
there
game
it is.
ever.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I changed my mind. Now it is completely
Masking many faces.
completely like way to the other extreme, like just completely formless. And like
She's
like
a
straight
refrigerator.
haircut, like
a nun.
yeah, like yes. Nurse
Distract them with what they don't know.
like he assumes that what they find really appealing in the union is is just very severe
Right
like,
angles, not curves.
He sees a refrigerator.
So what are you
box.
guys doing?
You're built like a Romulus.
So what is the plan here?
He's gonna he's gonna try to distract anyone that's casing the joint, while Tabidi sneaks in and sees what he can figure out. Sees if he can find any information.
You know what, I'll just
and we are
stealth-
prepared to commit arson adjacent.
I'll just stealth. Yeah, I could stealth nearby and just keep an arrow.
Yeah, you do
notch.
that. That's a good idea.
So, with the address given, you guys make your way out of this small tavern
What am I looking for?
and begin to
Anything.
traverse
Fenlow.
across the city, more towards away from the districts that you have been away from the districts that you've been in before, and you are now reaching what is known as the you don't know where it is, but kind of leaving the industrial kind of commercial areas behind, you are now stepping into very very well organized and well defined districts. There looks to be the first one that you see kind of stepping out just beyond the edge of the great house itself, which sits in the middle of the city. You can see this area is very well kept, more of the metal kind of lends towards a more Victorian style houses with pillars and the like, kind of fences around most of the buildings. Not many of them tall by any means, but definitely well manicured for what they are. You can definitely see here, give me just a second as I look it up. There's a lot of coloration that seems to kind of lend to this, and lots of whites and gold all throughout this area, including a banner, which, if anybody was paying attention, which I'll assume some people were, you know that the banners that hung on the Great House itself, the one that the Brass Lord sets in, looked to be a golden hand, kind of like made into a fist, with a looked to be like a emblazed on the gauntlet itself. And you can see a lot of the houses around this area have bannerism or like decor that kind of lends to that same symbolism. I'm trying to think if anybody would know anything about this. Make a history check for me.
Great. +0. Let's go. 13.
13. Not terrible. You've been told before that Mecha City used to be the place where kind of the melting pot of everybody in the Brasslands. But once the great houses began to establish themselves, they began to kind of like oil and water kind of split apart
Gentrify.
to the point where even the houses themselves have created their own kind of like places. So what used to be districts of different individuals and different living things, unless you're tied to a house, you don't live in these areas. So this seems to be, again, because of the decor and kind of the similarity between the Great House itself, this looks to be a district that resides in House Aurelius.
Okay.
But this is where the address is, and so just as a note of where it's located. But anyhow, you make your way to a small, you can find a one-story building, kind of a little bit longer, almost White House-esque in design, with kind of a rounded front with two wings that kind of jut out to the sides. Very short, fine grass. Looks a little bit of a fountain off to the left side, and a wrought iron black fence that kind of extends about 35-40 feet from the front of the door. It sets in between two much larger houses off to either sides before stretching on down the street, but it is a fine little house, and this is the address you were given. So, what are you going to do?
What am I looking for again, guys?
Anything.
Okay.
Are we sure we want to send him by himself?
I mean, if you want to go in with him, you can go in with him. That's fine. I mean, there's three of us out here that can create a plan B.
I could
discretion.
pretend to be like an old person who gets hurt and needs some assistance and needs to be helped into the place.
Do we see any
out.
guards or anything just
Make a
stationed
perception check.
someplace? All right, that'd probably be best, or if they were looking at them through magical means, because that might be tricky. Perception 23.
With a 23, the first thing you notice, there is no obvious sign of observation.
It's a good tale.
Nobody is posted at the gates. The gate itself is only about waist high. That surrounds the outskirts of this one.
Whose waist?
Not yours. More about forehead height for you.
Little baby.
Well, he's actually older than that, so it wouldn't be. Chest height for you.
Malnourished, though.
Don't think I'd be shorter.
No, I think
Yeah.
he's not that malnourished.
I don't know. Anyway.
I mean, if it was long enough.
Yeah, it could be. There's no obvious guards. The only thing you do notice is there appears to be two individuals that are about 80 feet away, setting off to underneath what looks to be this kind of like a willow looking tree with about 4 or 5 benches kind of surrounding the outsides of it, in this little kind of roundabout area of the streets. Looks to be two individuals who are setting and having a conversation, but both of their direction is kind of like off. They're not sitting directly on the bench.
Oh,
they're
a
both
little sus.
turned in that direction, but they don't seem to be. They're the only thing that looks like they would be observing, but there is nothing else. There doesn't seem to be any guards, any servants, nothing else. The house seems empty.
Just being observed.
Guys,
All
I
right.
think we should
Well,
just
I'd
keep
go-
walking right past this place.
Is there a back entrance?
Let's find out.
There is. These buildings are not so close together that it is like, packed alleyway style. It's very open around here. Most of the buildings, again, very, very Victorian style, to where it's like they've got lawns and stuff kind of spacing them out and stuff like that. With, fine manicured streets kind of weaving in and throughout them. So there is a backside to the house, but you just have to walk around it, essentially. So.
Is there any way to walk around the backside of the house without being seen?
That.
Not really.
Or
And we don't
should
really
just
know where they're looking at us from.
Should we just go around,
I don't
like,
know
cut
where they're
wide?
looking at us from. Right there, willow tree. They're sitting there.
Should we cut wide, like go down half a block or so?
What if we sent Lucius over there to talk to him? He's a chit-chatter box.
I mean, maybe that might be pretty decent.
So we just keep walking
Lucius says,
past
I don't feel
them.
comfortable
Lucius-
doing that.
Okay, Lucius
That's
said
bullshit.
that.
I am
You know
Preston would
be
do it.
So deep
I'm
in
not
that.
gonna let you guys just like throw a bone and be like, yeah, he takes care of it somehow.
Hey,
When they're not at the table, that's what is done.
yeah, we make the DM have a conversation with himself in our favor.
Bingo.
It's in the bylaws.
I thought you were about to say it's in the Bible.
Look it up.
D&D Bible,
Okay.
yeah.
What are you guys doing?
Shit.
Well, if someone's got to do it, I'd kind of just walk over to where the willow tree is, and I'm gonna go talk to these guys.
Okay. Making your way over to the willow tree,
And
you
Lucius
can see.
is coming with me.
Sure. Making your way over to the willow tree, you can see it looks to be a couple, and they're both kind of sitting there. The lady seems to have a small kind of red book in her hand. She's kind of flipping through it. The gentleman seems to, again, he's got one arm over the bench, and like his body's kind of turned, but he doesn't make eye contact with you guys, assuming that you're kind of like walking past. But as you guys obviously begin to make a beeline towards him, you can see he kind of sits up a little more. Afternoon?
Yeah, it's actually a pretty good one. And like as I'm making eye contact, I'm trying to start moving roughly like 90 degrees ish away from the house. Slowly, not intentionally. But it's like, we were thinking we're kind of new around here, and there's a 100% chance that we have gotten lost. So if you could help us figure out, and I elbow Lucius.
Yeah, what he was saying.
How to get to the place, Lucius? Jesus, finish your sentences.
How to. Yeah, I'm just happy to be here.
4 gold pops on the ground. Oh, weird, how'd that happen? No, I mean, I just would like... So I thought that this was the street I was supposed to turn on, but it's not. I'm actually trying to get to, and I write down, like, I show him, like, a poorly scrawled address. Like, you have any idea? Warm, hot, cold? Where
You're not terribly far. You just need to head down this street a ways. While that's going on, what are you guys doing?
Me and the kid are gonna go.
Where are
going
you?
with me?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with you.
Where are you?
That's a great question. I imagine we would just try to sneak around to the back of the house. I don't know where I am right now because I cannot do theater of the mind. It does not work for me.
So you are trying to get to the back of the building to hop over the fence to get inside.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to make a stealth check.
Basically.
Yeah.
I can do it.
What are you doing?
While all these things are happening, I would like to find a decent spot that's not too
that's great.
terribly far away,
What is
because I've
it?
got message
14
so that
plus
if
8.
something
Oh, that's
happens
really
and I
good.
need to get out,
You're
then I
totally
can
fine.
message her and let her know.
How far is message?
It's 120 feet.
So you either need to pick a street, either on the back side of the building or the front side, where you can't really go anywhere that is like hidden.
For sure.
Because again, there's not a lot of hiding places out here.
I'll go to the back.
Okay, but you will be basically standing along the fence line because, again, it's about 30 feet in, and then getting into the house, you're going to be, if she gets super deep into the house, you may lose it, but you have to kind of stand out in the open and just kind of hope nobody notices, which we'll get to in a little bit.
I would like to pretend that I am up to something, like I'm like casually reading or practicing my frost work.
Sure, can do that. Okay, so you two are going to try to stealth in. Go ahead and make what's your stealth check? 22? 14. Okay, so you guys hop over the fence and begin to quietly, in broad daylight, make your way
Oh, it's
to. Yep, still afternoon.
On
We're-
broad nightlight.
make your way across the well-manicured lawn to the back of the house.
yes.
Nice.
Okay.
All right. Is there any windows? Anything that you can climb in? Do I
Yes,
see
there are.
anybody?
Make a perception check.
All the questions. 8. What'd you get?
Oh, that's a 9. 16.
16. Not really easy to see a whole lot, given that most of the windows have curtains drawn.
As what?
Have the
curtains.
curtains that are drawn. But the house seems quiet. You don't hear any noises inside.
Sick. Let's try. What's the easiest way to entry? Are we looking at windows? That's what I go is for easiest entry.
Yeah. You can. There's doors. There's windows.
Well, let's try a door.
Check to see if the door's unlocked.
The door is locked.
Yeah. I don't have a way to get in there.
Oh.
Window.
Windows also do not seem to open.
Son of a bitch. Did not think this one through.
So there's no way I can see inside at all.
You guys gonna pick
Wait,
the lock?
curtains are-
Work that way?
Okay.
You can see inside past a wall.
I believe Misty Step is. I think it is to a point where you can see.
Briefly surrounded by so you teleport up to 30 feet to unoccupied space that you can
Fire your
So I
gun.
could
Yeah. So
walk
you'd have to see
Oh, okay.
inside in order
The
to.
curtains.
Yeah.
I do have a crowbar.
Oh my god.
Can I try to pry open a window?
Yeah.
Guys, didn't we used to be really good at D&D?
Make a straight.
Oh,
Wow.
great. That episode's getting demonetized.
Yeah.
Thanks, Noah.
100%. Appreciate it. I have do not disturb on. I don't understand how this works.
Because he's probably one of your favorite contacts and it allows them to disturb you.
The favorite contact?
Yeah, if you add your favorites to it, you
Cool.
I thought it was only emergency.
Okay. Back to what we're doing. You're trying to crowbar a window open in broad daylight. Make a strength check.
hell yeah, let's go. Help me, TBD.
5.
Oh my god.
You snap a piece of the wood off.
Do you guys have pothole with you?
Let's try again.
Let's
Okay.
go for the door.
Go ahead.
Pry
Okay.
the door open.
Go ahead and make a strength check on the door.
Nat 20.
13. Oh, 14. Yeah, 13.
Nat 20.
You.
Or 23.
Failed his drink check.
They did the first time, yeah.
What's the total of your?
23.
23. You break the windowsill, go to the door, and pop it again. And with a nat 20, you don't do a lot of damage, but it doesn't. You go to open it up, and it opens. And you step inside and close the door behind you, and it slowly begins to open again.
Is there like a magazine rack or something I can just move in front of it? Anything.
even a
A
rock.
chair.
Sure, you can put a chair in front of
One
the
of those
door.
house rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a house rock. Yeah, you can put a chair in front of it.
Pet rock.
That's what I'll do.
Okay.
Kind of wedge it up against the handle, maybe.
Yeah. So you guys are
Broken
in.
automaton is just
in the
sitting
building.
corner.
All right, you want to sweep it?
Yeah. I'm still not sure what I'm looking for, but just any like papers or something? Or
Fenlow,
proof
Fenlow himself. Anything you can find. Papers that are, good ones.
Quick question: Did we hear anything from the willow tree?
Yes.
You definitely heard something at one point, but you're not sure what it was. Are you just trying to distract, or are you trying to like?
Oh, now that they've straightened me out on where to go, I'm definitely telling them who I'm talking to,
Okay.
or who I'm going to.
Go
see,
ahead and
I'm
make
gonna-
if you would like to make I will say charisma, if you want to try to or performance, I guess, if you would like to see how well you are distracting them.
Okay, that's not gonna be good. That's a 6.
6. Yeah, your conversation's very short. There is a moment where you pause after trying to think of what to do next, and you hear that ding at one point.
And Lucius goes, ha ha.
Yeah, he would be giving disadvantage at this point if he was.
No.
Oh, yeah,
He's
I'll roll-
creepy!
I'll roll a disadvantage. That's fine. Oh, damn, that would have been better.
I know. Yeah, he's not very.
Yeah, so after about a minute of conversation, you two are just kind of awkwardly standing there.
So we hear that. Are they doing anything, or are they just like, oh, that's weird sound?
They both definitely seem to hear it because they both kind of glance that direction.
Just to add some flavor into it so you can know what else to do.
Yeah.
Being like evidently the only person who knows anything about subterfuge, he did not stop and talk to anyone. He did not stop and look at anything or touch anything. Zeph just continued to walk on, went around a corner, turned into a random person he had seen walking the streets, and then went and walked back. And he just keeps doing this. He'll go around a corner and then turn into another person, and then just kind of like casing the joint as a different random individual.
So you're seeing this all go down at this point.
Yeah.
And I can tell they're all him because he's got a lower back tattoo that's hanging out.
No.
From where
Set snacks
I am, I would have heard this all as well.
You would have seen it.
Cool.
You would have seen these two in broad daylight with a crowbar trying to break open a window and then
Okay.
trying to break over a door.
Yeah. I would like to message her once
Sure.
she gets inside.
Uh-huh.
Like, hey, that was quite loud. Please try to keep it down and be swift with whatever you're doing.
Yeah, that's kind of the game. We're trying.
Well, you're not
You
doing
got a child in me.
You're not doing very well. Do better.
Okay.
People make mistakes, jeez.
I need to be berated like that. That kind of hurt my
How many
feelings.
rooms are in here?
Is it, first of all, it looks like it's empty, yeah? No signs of life.
From where you're standing, no.
Where am I standing?
You're standing in the
That's what I felt.
almost like a foyer type area.
In the back of the house?
The mud-room attached to the kitchen.
It is a circular main part of the house and two wings that jet off
He
to
did say it was like
sides.
the White House.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did we enter the circular?
Yeah, you are in the circular room.
Okay.
Kind of a wide open area. There looks to be off on one of the corners of it, in between a wing and the door, there looks to be kind of like a reading, kind of a setting spot where there's some furniture and some books of different kinds. The foyer is mostly open. There's a couple of, there looks to be a sculpture kind of set in the middle of it, some tapestries hanging off to the side. It's a modest house, but it looks well furnished. The two wings kind of jet off to one side. One looks to be more livable spaces. It looks to be a hallway with a bunch of rooms kind of off to it. The other side seems to be more of a dining hall area with a larger room. Looks to be a chandelier kind of hanging in there. Simple table, some chairs. It looks to be a couple other rooms off to that side.
Go different directions.
Let's do it.
Split up.
That's always works in
All right,
D&D.
make a investigation check, I guess.
Yeah, that's what we'd be doing.
5.
We're talking that
Natural
one,
one.
baby.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Yeah, so you guys,
That's just this room.
you guys begin.
It's just the foyer.
You guys spend about 10 minutes looking around, can't find anything. It's at this point that Will's not here, so he can't do anything about it, so I really can't. We'll see if he has to retcon it. But at this point, the couple that was speaking to Glyph and Lucius bid them adieu and go on their way.
Which direction?
Zeph, make a perception check for me.
Remember, -2, everybody. -2. An 8.
8. You don't see where they go. Yeah, so after about 10 minutes, the only person who would notice this, because it's the only one who's paying attention until Glyph says something otherwise, would be Ohiana. You can see, heading down the street after about 10 minutes of just kind of standing awkwardly and doing anything, unless you say anything beforehand.
I would have cast a message spell. After
would-
they walked away, I would have cast message.
So they leave your area and walk away.
Are they walking towards the house? Or they walking
No,
away?
they walk away.
Oh, screw it then. I ain't worried about it.
They walk away. 10 minutes have gone by since the team went in. Haven't heard anything. So in that 10 minutes, I'll give you a chance to do something before the next thing happens. So, because they're going to take about 10 minutes to try to look through this place because they both rolled like crap.
I rolled
So
a nat one.
no one's doing anything.
So, yeah, I message in there. I no longer have eyes on the tail.
Okay.
Do I at any point see either of them in the window as I'm walking by?
The windows are drawn unless
Okay.
they open a window. No.
Nar.
Could say
After about 10 minutes and nothing has gone on, you two are still frantically looking for things and not finding anything. Ohiana, you can see, coming down the street, there looks to be about 6 individuals, all wearing militaristic uniforms with helmets, all wearing kind of these white and gold attire. They all are walking in formation, and they're all making a beeline towards the house.
Cool. I tell them. Ken, get the fuck out or hide. One of the two. Incoming.
Okay, I'm finding TBD right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did I find him?
Okay. Yeah, you find him.
Let's get out right now.
Okay.
Back door, let's go.
Okay, you head towards the back door. They are now 120 feet away from where you're standing. What are
bushes?
you doing? No.
These ones are the incomings. Cool.
They're 120 feet from where you're standing, which is by the gate, which is by the back door. So what are you doing?
So, you know how at National Fine Arts,
Yes.
you get all of these random kids practicing things towards walls?
Yeah.
Cool. That's what she's doing
Wake
with her
me up.
spells.
Wake me up inside.
So she's practicing her circus routine. Trying to be like as nonchalant as possible.
Staying by the gate.
Staying by the gate.
Real quick, Calvin,
Sure.
I think this would be a good time for us to plug our socials. Real quick, Liz is actually going to show us, Ohiana, what she does. She's going to act this out. We will record it, and it'll be on Instagram after this episode comes out.
False.
Doubt it.
So,
No.
Absolutely.
Absolutely not.
well,
One
so
day.
much for fan engagement.
Yeah.
Liz doesn't care about the fans.
That is not what I said.
She'll care when we get
You
more
didn't
than.
have to say it.
She'll care when we get more than 4.
So this will happen.
Those
So 5.
Those 4 are
Are
as
the
important
best
to
ones.
us
They're
as
the best
any
ones.
number.
Hey, I know them, which makes it even cooler because
Wow.
people actually have
See,
told
they
me.
like us so much they've reached out and actually made relationships with Calvin Piper
Yeah.
because of this show.
It low key touches my heart.
Or they knew Calvin before.
Hey, shut
and-
your
That-
stupid mouth, Will.
That's impossible.
Thanks, Calvin's mom.
It's the internet. What are the chances?
All right. Calvin's dad, probably. I don't know if
that's
dad
right, that's
listens to this. He said he does, but
Mr.
we don't know.
Piper, I presume.
We'll see. Okay, so you're going to turn around, face the gate, and just start practicing
Or,
magic.
Like, just in general, in that area of...
Just
she's
doing
practicing her
Don't
thing.
practice magic.
All right.
Oh, God.
No,
Get the
so
trappers
just-
on you, too.
circus stuff. Now I got you.
Just
All right.
circus things.
You guys have collected yourselves. You make your way to the door. There's a chair in the way.
Move the chair.
Okay, move the chair. Door
Oh, man, you dodged
slowly
that trap.
opens.
like
You
one of those
look
tricks
outside.
they
You can see Ohiana's just kind of facing you guys, doing some ribbon act or something to that effect.
Is there a way that we could like skirt around the other side of the house where the guards aren't?
They are coming this way.
Straight?
Yeah.
Do that thing.
There should still be an opposite way that they can't see us, though, right?
You're
The
facing
road dead ends into him.
so the road runs along the backside of the house,
Oh.
and then there's another road that comes towards the house.
So the backside was along the.
It's in its own little like
Yeah.
island thing. Like most of these houses have like
mine because I get the layout all messed up. Because what I think the layout should be is not what the layout
So
is.
there's a lane that leads right up to the house.
yeah. It's not it's not like a street.
Yeah.
Like but there is a lane that goes behind the street because it's
Yeah.
there's no like dirt back alleys here.
Little
It's
old
all
medieval fantasy. I get
I don't think I can teleport you. Though.
winding streets.
Teleport
no
yourself.
straight
You
line.
get out.
Okay, so you have so you open the door. They're out there. Ohiana is looking in your guys' direction. What are you doing?
I teleport as far away as I can.
Where?
Out of. I'm still confused on the layout.
Okay, here we go.
The direction they wouldn't be looking.
Yes, that one.
Oh, wow.
Incredible.
This is the house.
Yep.
Okay. This is Ohiana. This is Glyph.
Record this.
Okay.
This is Zeph. Those are the guards.
Doesn't even
There's a
look
street
like me.
going this way.
Yep.
They are coming this direction. You two
Are just right there.
are basically at the front door,
Yep.
about to come out of the house where there's a little yard, and they're out there. So, do you come out this way? Because this is where you broke into.
No, that would
Shit,
be
yeah,
dumb.
no, I want to do that.
That's what I said.
Yeah, I was with her. I was thinking we were on like this side of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's
like when
why I
I
went
think
to
of
the
the
back.
back of the house.
Yeah.
We're on the back of the house. This is where the interaction started because Zeph's over here talking to the couple that was 80
okay,
feet away.
then-
You guys went to the back of the house.
Well, if O'Hara-
somehow guards seemingly know which direction to come from because nobody rolled high enough perception.
Incredible. Love that. Love
Well,
that
then
for
no,
me.
we're trying to get out the other one.
Yeah, we'll start out the front door.
Okay, so you're going to the front door.
Yes.
This is going to be
Well,
fun.
yeah, because Eliana told her that the other guys weren't watching anymore, so they know that's the safe way, right?
100%.
Clifton. Okay, so you go to the front door. Front door's locked.
Unlock it.
Very good. I was wondering if you were going to break it.
Jesus.
Okay.
Okay, that's insulting as hell.
On International Women's Day, Calvin.
I raised my voice too.
But today is International Women's Day, and you didn't even care enough to know that.
Get with it, Queen. Come on.
Yeah, speak your truth.
Love you, Kelsey Beth. My favorite woman.
You do know I could just say the guards
Jenna's the
arrest you
woman
all
in
for
my
trespassing and breaking in, right?
Yeah, you could, but is that the way you want to play that?
Yes, actually, at this point, I kind of do. Oddly enough.
But that's way less fun.
Fun for who? Okay, so you guys get to the door,
Fun for who?
unlock the
Tyler,
door,
sexy.
door opens. You now have an open yard in front of you.
Yeah,
Yep.
let's book it to some trees or shrubs.
There are no trees and shrubs in this yard.
God damn it!
You said that at least 3
Are there
times.
any
At
other,
least!
Well, you
any
talked
other
about a willow tree.
guards
So.
or
There is a-
anything?
That's way over there. see where the container is?
Book it for the willow tree.
You guys run across the yard, over the fence, and towards the willow tree. I need you to make stealth checks for me,
Yeah,
the two
let's
of you.
go.
Oh,
Oh, that was 2 nat 20s in a row.
16.
Because I roll at disadvantage.
Okay.
That's 2 nat 20s
16.
now.
Wait,
Yeah, I know.
what happens?
She made a god roll. I'll figure out what it is later when I'm less pissed off at how you guys are playing this game.
I think I'm doing
Write that down.
just
Get that
fine.
receipt.
Calvin, I know you weren't talking about me.
I know you were talking. I know. You're doing all right.
Dude, we've done really good tonight.
2 nat 20s. As you're going, you find ways to stuff your fabric into your plate armor to keep it from squeaking. You no longer have disadvantage on your stealth
I thought you
checks.
took your armor off.
Period? Point blank?
Yeah, you rolled 2 nat 20s. It's a god
Yeah,
roll.
but then I thought, what am I going to do with the armor? Am I just going to leave it
That's
out
fair.
in the yard?
What's your
and then-
armor class?
16.
Whoa. Oh, that's weird. Without disadvantage, I'm 18. Being a lizard's fucking sweet.
It's pretty great. All right, so as you guys make your way out through the front, meeting up where Lucius and Glyph are, oh, Hyana. You're just doing your own thing. You hear the
This is
sound of
part I've been waiting
footsteps.
for.
Is it bad
You
that
hear
I
the
hope
sound of
she gets
footsteps moving up behind you.
Drunk and
Do you do anything?
disorderly.
Or you just keep working.
I just keep working.
Okay.
Are you doing a yo-yo?
Continue to move forward. Just move me into a
Hacky sack
vinyasa. You continue to practice. A few agonizing seconds roll by until you hear the sound of a voice behind you. Excuse me.
Yes.
You turn around and see 6 individuals all wearing very militaristic uniforms. All of them two of them have broken off and begun to make their way towards the gate. The other 4 are standing there. One of them, clearly in charge of everything, is standing in front of you. He kind of looks at you. May I ask what you're doing here?
I'm sorry, you caught me at a rather embarrassing moment. You see, I heard that the circus was coming to town, and I have always dreamt of joining the circus, and so I was simply practicing to better myself at performance to see if I could potentially join the circus and travel around the world.
Make a deception check.
Can I just say,
There's
Liz is
so
such
much
a good
legwork to
liar.
roll a 7.
Great, yeah. All of that to roll a... Go make a
When she
deception check for me.
lied to the guy
Right.
earlier, and now she's
Maybe it'll
lying
work.
to these guys now. This
Go ahead and
is good.
go and make a deception check for me.
Do I use my dice?
What
or
if you
somebody
just throw it
else's?
against the wall behind you?
Use that dice tray?
Use the DM's
Okay.
chip.
Oh, steal his power.
It goes down in the DM.
What
That
was
was-
that?
That was a whole roller
That was
coaster.
a 16,
Um,
but then
I heard that.
So that's an 11.
11.
It's like a ghost pushed it at the very end.
It really was. It was like dancing in the
The
corner.
curse knife.
The guard looks at you and goes,
Wait, there's a magnet in here.
to which house do you belong?
House?
You're not from the city,
I'm not.
so you're trespassing on House Aurelius district.
I didn't realize that there were sacred grounds. I had no idea. I'm not from here.
An honest mistake, is it then?
It is.
Perhaps you can explain why we got reports of a break-in in the house that you're standing in front of.
I don't know. I'm not from here. I was simply practicing to join the circus.
Maybe you'll join the circus after we speak to you. Bring her with. And unless you resist, you're arrested.
Do I notice this?
Are you back on this side or are you on the front side?
No, I'm just wondering with the layout where you have me. There's like
There's multiple. Depending on where you walk. If you want to, go ahead and make another perception check for me.
Yeah, let's roll for that.
That's what you do.
No.
Okay. So you don't see. Okay.
There's 6 of them?
There is 6 of them.
Uh-oh.
2 of them did go.
2 of them are making their way currently into the house. They've moved past the gate and are now making their way towards the house, drawing weapons and beginning to make their way in.
Not in there.
And these 4 are here. One of them has now made his way towards you, has produced manacles.
Leather manacles.
Hypothetically, if I were to resist, how poorly would that go?
I think it's either you do it or you don't do it. You don't get to. Yeah.
I cannot tell you how poorly it would go.
Will wants it so bad.
It all depends on
The dice.
It all depends on the roll of the dice.
Listen, girl,
Yours
you got
and
a whole
theirs.
crew of people on the other side of the house to back you up.
What if you just say harder when he clasps them?
Stop.
And here, if you take a deep breath, it gives you a little more wiggle room.
That's when they write around your. Never mind. That's fine.
It's never worked for me.
I'd like to cast Shatter.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh.
The DM just put his hat into sport mode.
Chose violence.
Here we go.
This is
All right. So you're casting Shatter.
Diagnosis all over again.
Oh, his hat's back now. You're good.
Sorry, I like it this way better.
We're not right next to her.
Yeah, I'm 120 feet
Okay.
away.
So what do they have to roll? I believe it's a Constitution save on their
It is a
part.
con save of 13.
Okay, 13. That was a nat 20.
Okay.
Okay. So that one isn't shattered.
That's just for all of
He's
them.
only. Oh. Okay, well, they're
Oh, you
only
just did
half
group roll.
shattered.
Just your group roll.
They still take 75 damage.
Well,
though,
they
right?
still take 7
Listen.
points of
Psychic damage.
psychic damage.
Okay.
Is that enough for me to run away? Or to hide?
Not to hide. So you hold your hands out to begin the process of being arrested, and then you quickly mutter a phrase and move your digits in a way, casting the spell. The crack of psychic energy erupts, and all 4 of them immediately go as the psychic energy hits their brains and causes them a brief moment of surprise. Are you running?
Yes.
Okay. They're going to make... You get 4 opportunity attacks to see if they can grab you.
Okay.
How many stars does she have so far?
This is... This
Straight
is
to
4.
fives?
This is
Okay.
4.
A
Yeah.
star for each officer.
She was at 2, and then she went to 4 after hurting them.
She's
So
one
now-
away from Wyvern,
Yeah,
so we're
we're-
dead.
All right, so basically they're going to make... they're going to attempt to grapple you. So I believe that is... We're going to make it easy. We're basically going to have them contest your AC. So if they hit your AC, they grapple you.
Okay.
So we'll go ahead and have them all roll. First one. That is a 6. So that misses. Second one. That is a 16.
Fuck. Yeah.
Okay. So the second one, the first one goes to like, oh, wait, and misses you by a few inches. The second one was not one of the guards. Mm-hmm. As you are beginning to run away, in front of you, there's a sound as a orange-cloaked individual appears and grabs you by the front of the robes. I need you...
Oh my god.
Give me just a second.
It's a trapper. I jokingly said don't use magic because you'll attract a trapper when you were talking about doing magic tricks, and then you did real magic.
You know, when you panic, you just do
I need
things.
you to make a... Wait. Roll... Oh, no, I don't think there's any... Nope, it just happens.
Her head just explodes?
No.
Crazy.
Oh no.
How many hit points do you have?
Some 27. Not anymore.
Hold on.
I'm really
he's
a new
doing
character
math.
today.
1 + 2 + 2
How
+
much?
1.
How much do you have?
27.
GG 26 points
I
of
had
damage.
28 points of... You are unconscious because he casts sleep on you. So as he grabs you, you watch as he holds his hand up, and you see there's these wires that come out of his sleeve and are centered in the middle of his hand. There's a bright blue flash, and you slump.
Cool.
You can count that. That's 28 points of damage. That is...
That's a lot of math.
Yeah, it's a lot of math. Yeah. So, and the rest of you still don't see this. You do hear shouting, though, at this point. As you all have kind of like gathered around the willow tree, you can hear shouts.
Still not stopping to gather around. No willow tree.
What?
I'm just saying that Zeph.
No, you're still walking around.
Okay,
but
cool,
these
cool,
four,
cool.
Glyph, Lucius, Tabidi, and
Playing it out, and this is not sarcasm. This is me legitimately thinking through this. I feel like Lucius would probably run towards it, seeing that the only person that isn't here is his best friend, and you're shouting.
So he would start going that way, 100%. So are you all following him?
Are you allowing him to go?
I personally, I think I'm going to try and catch him.
Okay.
Because if I know that there are guards,
Well, you don't know if there's guards yet. Oh, wait. Do you?
You know they're shouting.
You heard shouts. So basically, everybody, they ran up and are like panicked. You all get together. It's like, is everyone good? And then you hear shouts of surprise and anger as people, like from the other side of like echoing down the street, you hear shouts. So Lucius would immediately go, oh, Kiana, and start running. Do you guys follow him, or what do you do? Do you stop him?
I think personally, I think I'm gonna try and stop him because if I know that it's some sort of enforcement squad or police or something, then there's like a jurisdictional issue in my own head. I'm like, can't. I don't think I can. So yeah, I will try and stop him.
So you stop him, easy enough to do. Not hard. You're probably stronger than he is. After a few seconds of everyone kind of stopping and hearing, you can see now coming off one side, maybe about 120 feet away from everybody, you can see about 3 individuals are moving in a group with one very obviously orange-cloaked individual dragging an unconscious Ohiana as they move down the street.
Shit. Try to ambush them somehow, right?
No, mate. The thing.
Hey, would being employed under Tolliver cover this?
I don't think so. These guys seem like they've got jurisdiction.
So hearing the shouts, I would have in disguise moved towards the sound, not
Yeah, from a distance. You can see as you come around the corner. You can see all that's going on. You actually, I would say, depending on your positioning, we'll just say that you came around the corner just in time to see the flash of blue and Ohiana just slump as the trapper.
What am I disguised as?
A normal human being.
A small boy riding a tricycle.
A
normal human being.
Yeah, you also are you're disguised as a trapper, just daylighting.
Like male, female.
You said you were the one that was giving descriptions on your.
Some help.
So what I'm imagining is like Gwyneth Paltrow in like a Sunday afternoon outfit, where like she may be going shopping, but she's not going shopping.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Goop Lady.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't. You are not very hot through the eye of the beholder.
Fine. So it's some of those like wrap pants that are real flowy.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. And some Birks.
Not a fun pattern because you're not trying to attract any more attention. Because paparazzi, no, I don't like them.
Okay.
You really do want people to take pictures.
Just as a note, you're not immune to charm effects, are you?
Oh.
I don't think so.
Wait, it should say a bit.
On defenses?
Is it racial traits or class features?
So it would say like over there, like you have like advantage against like charm, like defensive.
I think it's under
I know I'm
I don't.
I have defenses against fire, but that's it.
That's it? Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure. I keep thinking that you had saves against magical throws as Pip, so I'm trying to like I get them confused. Okay, so no, yeah, you are still unconscious. Okay, so the party watches as Ohiana gets knocked unconscious and subsequently arrested.
What do we do?
You're
I don't.
Just so
you're
you,
gonna have to find out next time.
I'm so stressed.
As we are at the end of our session tonight with one of the party arrested. Yeah. Guys, those were some terrible rolls.
They were so
it
bad.
could have gone so much better.
Laughably bad.
Laughably bad, unfortunately.
I'm sorry that my terrible rolls are
I
like
didn't have any.
spreading.
It's okay. It's okay. We will. I'm sure this will all come to a well-formed conclusion next time we get together.
I'm sitting over there next week.
All right.
Might be a good idea. Until then, thank you guys for playing. Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you all next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Arrivederci.
Thanks for listening to the Wild Magic School Bus. I hope you had as much fun listening as we did making this for you. You can catch new episodes each Monday on whatever podcasting platform you use. And while you're there, leave us a review if you want. It actually helps us out. We've got socials too. You can follow us on Reddit at r/WildMagicSchoolBus, send us a subtweet at WildMagicSchoolBusPod, or follow our Instagram at WildMagicPod. Either way, stop by and say hi. We're always happy to meet new friends. See you next time.
Titled Spunky Monkey.
Do you hear what you
titled Spunk Your Monkey?
No.
Guys, I'm uncomfy.
That's good fun.
In other news, Kelsey's learned how to make protein balls.
No,
and they're
shut up! I feel gross.
Sorry, I won't shout out my wife anymore. Sorry.